Hi everyone, so recently one particular video grabbed my attention, which is this one, Nightclubs in Starfield versus Cyberpunk. Now this is a part of a broader trend that I keep seeing, which is pairing two games against each other and comparing minor details and various aspects like physics and other stuff like that, and essentially see which one does it better. Although at first look they seem pretty harmless, actually they don't even have any type of commentary, you just watch and draw the conclusion by yourself. But this is the thing that really annoys me actually. There is no additional context or more substantial information or something, and apparently doesn't even matter since people are eating this shit up. These types of videos are getting tons of views. But regardless, usually when games are compared in this way, they usually tend to foster a very hostile and negative attitude toward the lesser game. And let's be honest, any game that is going to be compared with Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to lose. I mean, who would have guessed that 2,000 people working on a game would make such a big difference? I know, shocking. But leaving aside the number of people working on a game, which does make a big difference, it's also very important to understand that not all games are made the same and have the same priorities. So knowing all this, let's actually watch this video.
Hi, having fun?
This Aurora stuff is blowing my mind.
Yeah, heard what happened at All Foods. Probably thinking Brick will be grateful, huh?
What, that was just weird?
No, Ed Brick's not in a position to demonstrate feelings of any kind.
So let's get the obvious out of the way. Yes, in Cyberpunk nightclubs look much better than in Starfield, which has only one, and it looks very sanitized. Like many NPCs don't look like they should be in a club, they look like the rest you see outside. The place is also rather small and doesn't have that many NPCs around, and the lighting doesn't help either, since makes everything look very flat. On the other hand, Cyberpunk 2077 is much bigger, with way more NPCs jumping and dancing around. Not to mention, there is way more variety and there are way more clubs to visit than one. That being said, this is not such a big win for Cyberpunk 2077 as some people might think. Actually, I was way more disappointed from Cyberpunk clubs than Starfield, and here's why. Well, I really don't give a damn about clubs in Starfield, I really don't. They might as well just not exist. Mainly because Starfield was primarily sold on this idea of explore the universe and galaxies and see what mysteries and secrets they might hold. And this is where Starfield ultimately kind of disappointed. You can't even fly from planet to planet for God's sake. On the other hand, Cyberpunk 2077 was sold on this idea of become whoever you want, do whatever you want. Essentially, Night City is your oyster and do whatever. Moreover, you have this montage of V and Jackie just fooling around and dancing and going from club to club and partying and meeting people, getting really drunk, starting fights and all sorts of stuff. And I remember being really hyped for all these things. And we got none of that. Bars are kind of like museums, you just walk around, you can't really interact or talk to anybody. Well, except for dancing, yeah, you can kind of sort of dance where you can see these hands in the air. But yeah, leaving that aside, all the things you might expect to do in a club, all the games you could play and interact with other people, none of that is possible except for some missions you have in some of these places. Moreover, all of them are marked as safe, so you can't even start up fights or something similar like that or shoot people. Although it did happen once with some gang members that I managed to annoy them by jumping over their balls, and I think that broke their AI or something because they acted very strange. Some of them started to threaten me and they pulled off their gun, but they didn't shoot me, they just walked around, except for one gang member who shot me once. But that was it just glitched out and disappeared. So yeah, that's why clubs in Cyberpunk are way more disappointing than in Starfield, mainly because they don't live up to that promise. I mean, they look great, don't get me wrong, but this makes the wasted potential even bigger. So the moral of this story is, these types of comparisons are really stupid since they miss the bigger picture, and subscribe to my channel, bye!